A very crafty good morning to you. This is Wednesday, the 1st of April. We are going to make the popcorn jewellery today. It's been quite a crazy busy morning. Sarah is on creating crafts right now and with our USBs. Unfortunately, I couldn't go up because for me to go up, I have to stay in a hotel and all the hotels are closed in the area. So she kindly offered to step in for me. So I'm doing the Facebook live for you to making these lovely popcorn jewellery. So let me just turn the camera around and I'm putting my lighting rig so you can really see what's happening. So turning it around. I'm just going to pop it in here. It's been so nice to sort of do these Facebook Lives and see you every single morning coming back and doing creating with us, and it's just been really great. Do text me, do let me know how you're doing, what's happening with you, if you've been beading or if you're silver. Some of you say hello. So for popcorn jewellery, this is done with tiger tail. Oh, Jane is watching. Good morning, Jane. And Alison is watching. Morning, Kitty. Hope you're all well and keeping safe. Yes, we are. Well, children at home. Christopher's, well, is his Easter holiday now. So he's, although I did print out a sheet for him this morning to do some timetables, he said he wants to go and play first because if it's holiday and now he doesn't have to do schoolwork. And I said, yes, you do have to do schoolwork, but never mind. So we are keeping well, we are still playing with beads, designing new products for you. We still open at the Total Beads, sending out orders every day, split the team into two. So one of them working Monday, Wednesday, Friday, the other team is working Tuesday, Thursday, and we spot the following week to sort of keep everybody safe. So popcorn jewellery, I love this technique because you don't really need to do the whole of the necklace. You can add a chain to the back. You're just going to sort of do a front part, but it's really sort of live and bubbly, and it just gives you such a lovely effect, and it's really, really easy to do. Joe is watching. Good morning, Joe. Good morning, Judy. It's so nice to see you, all of you here. So I'm just going to take this further up out of the way. I'm just going to be using 4 different strands of beads. There is a couple of pearls and a crystal here. But you can use any mixed beads you have. You don't really have to sort of, you can stick to 4. You can have as many as you want in there. It's going to look really good. It's going to look organic with the pattern we will be doing. The sizes, they are about 8mm, the pearls, and these crystals are 6 by 8mm. You can do them with smaller ones, you can do it with larger ones. I like to keep to one particular size because it just makes a better sort of overall finish, because if I put a smaller one in anywhere else, it will get lost between the bigger ones. So one other thing you're going to need as well, you're going to need a little stopper bead at the end, which is, we're going to use size 11 seed beads. I mean, again, you could use, you only need a few. You could use size 8 seed beads, you could use smaller crystals, you could use anything you have. We're going to work with tiger tail. Now, tiger tail is a nylon coated steel wire. It's really, really strong, and it's a really great, so I guess, material to work with, and you can do quite a lot with it. A lot of people think for tiger tail you can only do basic stringing, but actually tiger tail is good for quite a lot of different projects. So you're going to need quite a long piece to start with. So I'm going to say maybe just over a meter or a little bit longer than that, because a meter of wire is only going to make you, maybe this is about 10 inches of beadwork at the front, because you're going backwards and forwards on the beads. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to take a crimp bead, or actually I'm going to take a couple of crimp beads because I like to double crimp my bracelets and necklaces so they're nice and strong, because that's your weakest point wherever you're working with tiger tail. And then I'm going to take one of these. You can do this with a color at the end, but I like to do this with the wire guard, because the wire guard gives me, if I do a collage, then I have to, well, it doesn't really matter. You can connect it up with a jump ring. I'm going to connect up to the chain. I just thought this morning I'm going to use this wire guard. So I went around the wire guard. It's got 2 tubes on either side and sort of like a half tubes going around. So that will stop anything rubbing against our wire. I'm going to pull both of these crimp beads up, pull it nice and tight. Then I'm going to take my chainless pliers and I'm just going to crush them. Just right down, one by one. Just sort of squeeze them together, and that secures them into place. So they're not going to move anymore, they're going to stay there. I'm going to trim at the end because I don't want a little tail here. So I'm going to take my cutters with the flash side against the crimp beads. I'm going to push the cutter against my crimp beads, and at the same time I'm pulling my tail towards me to get a really nice and neat and as close as possible to the end. Let me just see your lovely comments. Oh, Christine saying, hi Kitty, looking forward my beading fix today. Good morning, Christine. I love this technique and you're gonna love it too. It's really easy to do. So once we secured one end, we're gonna work from the other end and be doing the same thing over and over again. Now you can put your beads into groups, you're always picking them up in the same pattern, or you can just sort of pick them up as you go along. I'm gonna start here and pick up one of these pearls, let it go all the way down right against my crimp beads. Then I'm gonna pick up one of these this size 11, they are about 2mm little seed beads. Actually, why am I picking it up? I can just sort of poke against it and pick it up that way. And then I'm gonna go back to my pearl, and I'm gonna go back through my pearl from the opposite way I just came through. So I'm going back towards my clasp and pull this through. And when I'm pulling it through, I really want a nice and sort of as close as I can get with the bead. So I'm not holding the bead, because if I pull the bead, when I pull the tiger tail through, this will move along. I'm holding it just underneath it by the clasp and pull this up nice, so it's just sort of sitting there. So that's our first little bubble made. Then we're going to carry on. We're going to pick up another. I'm going to pick up a crystal, let this go all the way down, just there, and then I'm going to pick up one of the seed beads and go back through this crystal bead. Lindsay's here. Good morning, Lindsay. Good morning, Jane. Good morning, Paula. Good morning, Dorothy. Good morning, Judith. It's so nice to see all of you here. And then I'm going to carry on and pick up another pearl. Slide this all the way down. I'm going to pick up a seed bead and I'm going to go back through this pearl. It doesn't matter. I'm just going to hold that there for a second, and I'm going to turn it around. You can, once you got more than one bead, you can hold them together with your thumb and index finger so they definitely don't move, and you have a nice and really close finish, because you want these bubbles as close as you can. I mean, obviously you can have a little bit of a gap as they form, but you don't want huge gaps there. So then I'm going to pick up my fourth color. You could do this all in one color as well. I just like to do it in multicolor to give you more of an effect. I love multicolor jewelry because that enables you to wear it with so many different clothes. So if you just sort of make the lilac bracelet or necklace, you can wear it with lilac tops. But if you do a multicolored one, when you got purples and lavenders and all sort of, like here you got different colors of purples in there, I can wear this necklace then with any of those colored tops and it will look really good. So I got 4 on there now. I'm back to the beginning. I'm starting over again. And this is really the only thing you have to do. You're just going to keep adding your pearls and crystals until you get your desired length. I'm going to do a few more for you, so you're going to see how is it exactly going to look once we added a few. Picking up a crystal and another seed bead, taking it all the way down, and I'm going to go through the crystal bead. Oh yeah, I have to say, I finished the square stitch bracelet yesterday with the decoration on the top and square stitch at the bottom. I was really pleased with that. So last night when we were watching a little bit of TV, I just sat there and finished my bracelet. I'm really pleased with it. I used the magnetic clasp in the end, so it's really easy to take off and really easy to put on. I just love it. I might even make up another color today if I get some time. So I'm just going down and then I'm going through the next pearl, just going back through it, pulling it through, and then pulling it that through and adding the last color. So keep on adding your pearls. These are 8mm, but you can use smaller ones, larger ones, whatever really you prefer. Just gonna do a few more. My comments just disappeared, so let me just bring them back up. Oh, Jo is saying she's trying to watch Totally Beads on Create and Craft at the same time. I know, I almost changed the time this morning and I said, oh, can we do the Facebook Live at 10:30? Because when I set the Facebook Live up, I totally forgot that we're going to have a double hour with Create and Craft this morning. And I was watching Sarah as well myself, and it's just, but I thought, oh no, I'm not gonna change the time for you. I'm gonna leave it there, and I just have to sort of watch it as we go along afterwards. But unfortunately, what happened with Create and Craft now, that they've taken the catch up away, so you can only watch the same show that day, I think, and that's it. And the next day the show is gone. So do pop on to Create and Craft and have a look at the show. It's Sarah's doing our USBs. It's a great show. What I've seen so far, there are loads of you loving it. I think it's a perfect isolation pack as well if you're staying at home, because they did various different offers with bundles of kits and the USB itself to keep you entertained for days and weeks, I guess. So I'm going to do probably 2 or 3 more beads so you just can see how this is all forming apart. But that's all you're really doing, adding 1 bead at a time. It's a really easy technique. Just making sure you have a really tight finish. You're pulling it through. Adding the next one. And bringing the next seed bead. Now, there is a natural stretch in this technique. So once you made your, I always say don't cut your chain for the back first. Make your front piece, because once you made it, and I show it on a finished piece as well, so this can expand a little bit. It does come back to shape, but over time I guess it's gonna properly add another maybe a ½ an inch or an inch to your length. So please bear in mind that the technique itself is quite stretchy, but because it's sort of a little bit stretchy and goes back into safe place, it's perfect to do sort of a continuous bracelet as well, because you can then get it over your hand and it will be sort of come back into shape once you got it over as well. So there's a lot you can do with it. You can do bracelets, you can do necklaces, any other decorations. So I've got quite a few there. They're just sort of going to turn around and sit whatever way I guess they want to sit, and that's the beauty of this. Using a mixed beads, you just sort of gives you a really lovely effect there. Sorry, my voice is slightly going. So I'm just going to show you how to attach the ends, and that's it really. There is nothing more tricky to this one. So once you made your piece up, however long you want, 6 inches, 7 inches, 4 inches, or you know how many ever beads you have at home, you're gonna do the back part of it with chain or any other materials, or you can even do a single strand of beads. So I'm meaning that I would attach a different tiger tail here. I just bring this string of beads up here, and then you would have the popcorn finish at the front and just a string of beads going to the back. So you got a lot of different options. I like to use the chain because it's really sort of an inexpensive material, but it goes such a long way. And then of course you're only adding them with jump rings, so you can take it apart and add something else to the back if you do. So jump rings are these little round rings. They got a little cut on the top, so I'm going to hold it as much as I can with my pliers, and I'm going to twist it open. So I'm twisting one towards me, the other one away. I'm going to pop this into that wire guard, and at the same time I'm going to pop the end of the chain on and twist it back in. And I'm twisting it back in. I'm going past the midway just a little bit, and then it will spring shut. When you sort of wiggle it a little bit, you need to feel that the two wires just rubbing together, and then you got a nice secure finish. So let's imagine we got about 4 inches of beading this time, and then we want maybe a 6 inch on the other side. So I'm just going to cut my wire here. And again, with the same technique, opening and closing your jump rings, you would add your clasp on the other end. You could use a toggle clasp, or you could use a lobster clasp, you could use a magnetic clasp, anything you want to finish off your necklace. But that is really what's to the necklace. It's really easy to do. I really do love this technique. So let me just turn the camera back so I can talk to you. That's it, I'm here. So, and I can see the comments as well now, because I couldn't see earlier. For some reason, the comments keep going off of my iPad, even though I put the comments on there so I can see sort of what you're saying and what you're doing, but they just keep going off. So I keep having to tap the screen, but they just gone off. So really good morning to everybody. Lindsay's saying good morning, Jackie saying good morning, trying to watch you and Sarah at the same time, yes. Joy's saying trying to watch Create and Craft, and Sarah on Create and Craft as well. Dorothy's saying, Laura, me too, have post Sarah just now. Oh, thank you very much. Sheila saying good morning, Kim saying good morning, Kitty and everybody, Angela saying good morning, Maureen saying good morning, Angela saying she's watching both as well. So well done if you're watching both. Do have a go at this lovely technique. Put some pictures up in our Facebook groups. We do have the Handmade by Totally Beads, and it's just so nice to see what all of you are making and doing. And if you make some of this, I love to see all the different variations, what you can come up with using different beads. Also, we're going to be back with a Facebook Live tomorrow at 10 a.m. Do share this video with your friends, because the free PDF is only available today. So tomorrow it will be something else. So yesterday we were doing square stitch. So yesterday you were able to download the square stitch one. Today you are able to download the popcorn one. And that's it. So every single day when we're doing a different video, we're giving away a different PDF. So do share this video with your friends, because they can only download the PDF today and it will be gone tomorrow. Right, Dee's saying these necklaces are gorgeous. Oh, thank you, Dee. Debbie's saying watching both of you now, going back up, watch all your lives later this afternoon. Oh, thank you very much. Yes, so we got different techniques coming on. We've been doing different techniques, so just really give you some inspirational ideas to what to do in this time. If you are staying at home and you have to isolate, you got loads of different sort of techniques to learn. Let's take this time to learn loads of. Oh, Bernie's saying thank you, Kizzy. Oh, Bernie, did you get your 10 a.m. coffee? She texted in the other day saying that she trained her husband to make her a 10 a.m. Was it coffee or tea? I think it might have been tea, every morning, so she can sit down and watch us making and creating. So that's it for me today. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll be back tomorrow at 10 a.m. I think it's macrame tomorrow, but I did post it all of the Facebook Lives, what we sort of decided to do up until the end of the week on Facebook, so you can see what we will be doing. So have a lovely day. Share your pictures, share your makes. Oh, Bernie said yes. It was tea then. Share your makes, join our groups. Yeah, just like, if you have to stay at home, at least we can communicate with each other like this and sort of just be together. And you can, if you go into the groups, you can talk to like-minded people. So thank you very much for watching. Go and download the PDF, and I'll see you tomorrow.